Recording in progress. All right, so we have in the previous video we have shown how to set up the how to install ComFiT and create files and run and Copilot and everything. So the idea for this video is to show you how to set up a Python package where you write code that you're going to like reuse a lot, right? So the idea is like you collect all the code that you are going to reuse a lot into a package that you can just like pull files from. So we are going to create that, and let's just use yeah, I'm just going to show you the general setup in this video, how like it worked, right? But it's going to be like a PFC special kind of package, right? So we're going to create a folder inside here, which is going to contain all of those files, and we're going to call it for like FC model, so like after you,
Okay.
right? So in order for Python to understand that this is a package, we need to something that you can like pull and install from. We need to have what's called an init file. Okay, and an init file is written like this: init.py. And once this is here, it can be empty. It's just that now it knows that FC model is a package.
Okay.
And we're going to I'm just going to show you like the very simplest way of having a package. So let's say that you let's say that you want to run something. Let's say that this thing here is something that you like that you do all the time, like this sort of little piece of code here, right? So in FC model, we are going to create a new file and we're going to make like a function. And here it's like a matter of like how do you want to structure your packages inside the thing? It doesn't really matter, but like I'm just gonna call this like my function.py because like I like to have a different folder, different file for every function that I define.
Okay.
People are different. You can have like one big file with a lot of functions. I like this, and I'll show you why afterwards. But so inside, we're going to have this like piece of code here, right?
Okay.
And so inside this folder, we're going to create like the function, and I'm going to name the function the same as the other thing, my function. And let's say that this function takes like nx and ny as inputs. And then what it does with all of that information is that it creates this PFC thing with nx and ny. And then essentially, oh, sorry, yeah, ny. And then essentially it does this thing that we did before, and then it returns fig nx.
Okay.
Okay, so now we have created this my function, and you can see that like this is not going to run because we need the ComFiT package in order for this to run. So I also need to tell it like import ComFit as CF, right? So now this works, but for the moment, this package here doesn't know that this my function exists.
Okay.
So in order to like tell the package that this is something that exists in the package, we need to go to the init file, and then we need to write like from my function import, and then this is the number of the function.
Okay.
I hope this works. Okay. And I also wanted to, for some reason, I think it's much better if we sort of install this local model as like a package for pip, because the thing is, and I'll show you this. So let's do another, just make another file. We're going to close this one. We're going to close this one, and we're going to create a new file here. And we'll call it 250225 ES testing package. Hi. So you know that import ComFiT as CF, that works, right? But let's say I do like import or even like from FC model import my function.
Okay.
Does this work? Let's see. Yeah, right. So it says like no module named FC model. And the reason that that happens is that this FC model thing here, it's not located in the same this sort of test file here. It's like it's running from development/2025. So it's like 2 folders deep.
Okay.
And in that folder, there is nothing called FC model in that folder. So the way that I think it's the easiest way to do this, and the reason that I record this video is that because essentially we're only the thing that I'm going to do next, we're only going to do that once, and then you never have to think about it again. Okay. But if you try to like set things up later on your own, then you're going to run into like problems because like then it will be then it's not going to work again. But so essentially what we want to do is, and I'm just going to ask like Copilot here to get like the correct commands to do this. But so I have a folder called FC model, and I want to install it as an editable package to my current virtual environments. How do I do that? Let's see. I think I need to create like a setup file or something. And sure, yeah, exactly, right. So I need to have a setup file really in the FC model. Okay, let's just try to do it the way it says. Okay, so we need to have a setup.py package. And it even gives you like what this needs to contain. Now I'm just copying this content and just pasting it in here. Okay. And then we follow the command. We navigate into the folder, FC model. No, but I think it should be here. Now I'm moving it out. I think it should be here actually.
Outside? You sure?
Because okay, let's try the way it says. All right. Let's navigate to FC model. Doesn't it see it? Where are we? Yeah. Oh, we are in ComFiT. We need to navigate back to the
desktop,
project FC model. And there it suggests pip install e. Let's just do that and cross our fingers. Okay. Seems to work. So let's go back to this and now try to run this to see what happens.
No.
Okay, let's try to do this like the way that I have done this before. How do I do right click?
No.
So let's just delete this. And let's just move this down here. And then I'm just going to check like how does ComFiT look? And I'm just going to use like the exact same sort of structure as ComFiT. Because you see like with ComFiT it looks like this. And I'm doing it like this. So I'm going to just copy this. And I'm just going to change this to be the same. We are going to remove this. And we're going to add you as the author. And the package data is called FC model. FC model. Package data is FC model again, I suppose. And we're just going to add just like star. How do I do star? Like this?
What does it mean?
Everything,
Okay.
I think. Version 001. Like this. Now let's do pip install dots. See what happens. Okay. Lists. Okay, it looks like it knows. Now let's try this. Works.
Okay.
I don't know, like it wanted me to place it in the folder below in the same folder. It didn't work, but works now, right? The point is, right? Okay, so let's see now if we can do this, right? So from FC model, import my function, right?
Yeah.
So now let's look at what my function does. So my function has nx and y and it returns fig x. Are you in a hurry, by the way?
No.
Okay.
So we need to define an x and a y.
Yeah, so we're gonna just do like fig x equal to my function of let's do just like 10, 10, right?
Okay.
So and now this should work. Now this should work. Yeah, you get like everything wrong, but now you can do like, okay, you can't do much because, well, this is a matplotlib object, right? So the way that we plotted this, it doesn't really matter. The point is like now you have like all of that code that you wrote in like a file is now collected inside this my function thing here. And the point is that like inside FC model, you create all of those functions that you're going to reuse. Like,
Okay.
so for instance, for our case, what are we going to do? Create this PFC model, which has a like its own kind of evolution equation. We're going to put that in there so that you don't need to like have that in every script. That's the point.
Okay.
And when you want to add a new script, a new function into this, so let's go here and we do like new new file. Let's make another one. My function 2.py. We can create like something here. Like, oh yeah, by the way, another thing here is like if you do press command I, you can ask Copilot to write something for you. So like write a function called my function 2 dot which just prints a nice message. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So then you can have it actually like write functions for you too. So it's going to help you a lot. Okay. So this one doesn't need to import anything, but in order for it to work with the package, you need to change the init file to also include that file, right? So we do from dot my function to import my function to, and it realize. Yeah. So let's just like test the package too. So now we're just gonna uncomment this one, and I'll leave it to you to find out how to uncomment in. Yeah, exactly. So now let's do from FC model import my function to, and let's just call my function to without any arguments and run it, and hopefully we'll see that it works, but it doesn't. And why is that? Did I not install it with E? Editable. Oh no, look, I installed it with dot, not with E. So it didn't notice the changes that I did. So we need to uninstall it. Pip uninstall ComFiT FC model, yes. And then we need to install it again with E. And now hopefully next time when you make a change, it's going to automatically see the change.
Okay.
But now let's see just that it runs. Hello, this is nice match for my function 3.
Okay.
Let's just check that so that we are not making any errors. I need to go in 2 minutes. Actually, already, but my function 3. And now just check that works, creates another function that prints a nice message called my function 3. Okay, like this. And again, we need to go here and do from my function 3 import my function 3. And now let's do there should be a shortcut that you can use to like comment automatically. I'll leave it to you to find out that.
Oh.
Yeah, we need to also
import it. Okay.
Now it saw it, right? It's that. So now I know it's going to work because it actually did see it. Run. Fingers crossed. Hello, this is a nice one. My nice. Right. So now everything is going to work. When you write code that you're just like testing out stuff and trying different things, then you do it in the development file. So here you just like create whatever you want. Just remember to number the files according to this thing. And when you are creating a function that you're going to reuse, you create it using this kind of these functions inside here. And you can think of this as like the functions that you place inside here, you should be more careful about. You should write them better. You should spend more time documenting what it is that they do. Like you use, for instance, like doc strings. Like for instance, my function, the way that I do it is like my function, you write like doc strings like this, and here you like a short summary of what it does, like creates 2D. It even suggests for you like what you can write, so you can, yeah, you see, it's quite nice. And then you write like, okay, what arguments does it take? It takes like nx, which is an integer number of atoms in the x direction, and y number of y direction. Right, you got that. And then you write like returns. Yeah, it often helps you understand this, but this is like documented properly, and then you like add some comments along the way, like here we do this, etc.
Yeah.
Okay. And for names of things, like in general in Python, you try to avoid uh, like avoid short names, like try to write out the name, the complete name of the function that you are interested in, so that like you don't have like some shorthand, write full names. And then we'll get to creating a class later because we don't have time for that now.
Okay.
I wonder if I think like now you see that it has created a lot of stuff here that
Yeah.
like it wants to push. I don't think we want to push all of this. Like I think we want to exclude all the PYC files. Just gonna check with GitHub real quick. Does it make sense to exclude PYC files from Git sync? I think it does. Yes, it makes sense. So we're going to go to git ignore and just be going to add everything that is like .pyc. So this means like it doesn't want to do anything that's pyc.
Okay. Nice.
And it even suggests to also remove everything that's that PyCache. So we're gonna just like take that.
Okay.
So that removed some. Now this is fine. All of this we want, right? I'm still unsure about this FC model egg info kind of thing. I do actually think that we want to remove that too. What about the egg info folders? Also good practice to include stock folders, right? To exclude the egg, you can use the following, right? Everything egg info. So you can add that too.
Okay.
Okay, now you see that it's also removed that like, and all this is things that you want to push, right? So now we're gonna like my own model first commit that, and then we're gonna sync it, and then it has updated. If you go to like your projects on GitHub, you can see that now you have like everything.
Okay, nice.
Thing. And I think so. This is how you create like an own version of or your own model that you can with your own functions, and then you have like a development folder, and then you have install ComFiT in the virtual environment with an editable install. And I think that will be all for this video.
Okay.